I'm here with Lovejoy's top four wide receivers: Kyle Parker, Jackson Lavender, Dalen McCutcheon, and Parker Livingston. I just want to get right into the questions with you guys, Kyle and Jackson. The recruiting process for you guys. I know you guys are the upperclassmen of the group. What was the recruiting process like for you guys?
So the recruiting process, well, me really, I didn't get my first offer till mid-season junior year. So I kind of had a late recruiting process, but my first offer was Central Michigan. Then I got picked the next day, and then everything kind of just ramped up from there. I think I ended up with 20 offers. I took 3 official visits. I mean, the visits are a very good experience to have. Just getting to see all those campuses and just having an option to even choose whichever school you want to go to. And I mean, I love the recruiting process, but LSU happened to be the school that I chose over everybody else. So
My recruiting process started fairly early. At the end of my sophomore year, kind of going into track season a little bit. I actually had an early commitment too into my actual junior season of football. I think week 5 or 6, something like that, and found SMU to be my stop, and haven't regretted it since.
And then Dalen and Parker, have you learned anything from these guys? From like the recruiting process or anything like that? Have you taken anything from what they've experienced?
Yeah, most definitely. I think they have a big say in kind of like where you go to visit and whatnot. They kind of tell you how the school is and how the coaching staff is, and if they think you'll like it. Because we all know each other pretty well outside of football, and they know how your personality is and how you roll.
I learned that more schools may come and just make sure that you stay focused in football. All of it will come in the end, and it's all worth it in the end.
Do you guys play any other sports? I know Jackson, you mentioned track, but I don't know if you guys play any other sports or anything.
yeah, I ran track also.
I ran track and I play baseball.
I ran track.
All track. Okay, cool. Now this is kind of a question for all four of you. I know you guys, I don't know how it's pretty rare that you guys have, 4 D1 caliber players on a team. Do you guys consider yourselves the best group in the country or Texas, or what's the confidence level there for you guys?
I would definitely say we do consider ourselves the best in the country. Ohio State has a saying, BIA, best in America. I kind of relate ourselves to that. I mean, I think we all have the ability to be a great receiver. I mean, we put it on the field and on film. So, yeah, definitely we carry ourselves that way.
And then Parker and Dalen, do you guys how do you guys stay focused on stuff because you guys are you're not at the level, you're not committed like Kyle and Jackson are or anything like that, but for you guys, what's your mindset to stay focused on with more schools, to have more schools come in and take a chance on you and offer scholarships to you? Just how do you keep your mindset on the game and say, hey, okay, these kids and these schools are going to be coming in and offering me more scholarships potentially in the future?
I think it's the season comes first. Obviously, all the recruiting will happen along the way. The season is obviously the most important, and getting the win every week, going 1-0 is definitely the most important thing. We try to stay focused on, and that's pretty much it. Yeah.
It's the way I stay focused. I just try to keep grinding, keep working hard, knowing that each and every day in practice I'll get better, and then especially in the games, one step at a time. And then in the end, if I have a good result, I'm able to get all those opportunities.
Now, I'm not sure if you guys worry about stats or anything like that, but there are guys around the country that that sometimes that's all it really is about. Do you guys care about the rankings, your personal individual rankings, or like Lovejoy's ranking in the state or the country? Like, what's your guys' mindset surrounding your stats, individual stats, team stats, rankings? Does that stuff not really matter to you guys? It's just one team?
I think for us, a lot of the time, I mean, a lot of these people kind of put things on paper, and a lot of people take a lot of value in what people put on paper. I don't feel like that's us. I feel like we know who we are and what we can do. Like KP said with the BIA thing, we truly believe that whether people have us at a certain ranking individually or as a team ranking individually, I mean, it just doesn't matter to us because we know at the end of the day, like if someone was to try to compare themselves with us, the confidence level is actually risen, in my opinion, just in the fact that we're a very competitive bunch and we've created that kind of inner circle, that competitiveness in our community and receiver group. And we really do believe like no one can touch us no matter where you put us. So for them to have that opinion of us, that's fine. At the end of the day, it really doesn't matter what they think. It's all about us.
What's the number one thing you guys have learned as a receiver? I'm not sure if you guys I'm not sure if all four of you grew up playing wide receiver or if you came from a different position group because players change positions all the time. But if you could give me the number one thing the number one thing you've learned and what's at the top of the list right now that for receiver that you've learned.
I mean, I came from quarterback. That was my old position, and I think the most important thing is blocking. You have to be unselfish, and you have to make plays without the ball in your hands. Helping your teammates get open and blocking and helping them get up the field is the most important thing.
Yeah, I was thinking what Parker said. I mean, I played running back all little league and going up to middle school, and then I switched over to receiver. But definitely, like when you don't have the ball, even if you're not getting the ball in that play, you got to run your route hard because you might be getting somebody else open, and that can result in a big play or anything. So you just got to make sure you're on every play. I mean, you can't take off reps because they could end up in something bad.
Sure, kind of piggybacking what KP said. Not only just going hard every rep. Being in a receiver group like ours, you're not going to get every rep. You're not going to get every ball, but being able to be open whenever it is your time to get the ball, be able to make something happen. That's what kind of separates us, is because at any moment in time, one of the four of us is going to be open to make something huge happen with the play. So I think that's what also is important, is being able to be ready whenever your number is called.
What's the best? Have you guys come across any nicknames for the four of you? Has anyone given you or tagged a nickname on your wide receiver group yet?
I really don't think we have one. We probably should get one, to be honest. I'm not even gonna lie.
WRU.
Yeah, I mean, wide receiver, he was a simple one, but I think we should probably come up with a.
Now, can I run one by you guys?
Yeah.
You guys know the four horsemen of the apocalypse. Why don't we go four horsemen? Is that?
I was actually just thinking four horsemen in my head the whole time while you asked, but I didn't want to, say it out there. Yeah, but that's definitely a good one.
I think we got the nickname right there. And then Parker and Dalen, when these guys eventually move on, I know Jackson, you have one more year left at Lovejoy, but when these guys move on, like what's your mindset on carrying on these guys? Like, you guys are great right now, all four of you. When you guys are moving up into your senior year, let's put you guys 2 years down the road. Just how do you guys think you can carry on the four horsemen, mindset?
And I just think, they've been great receivers and just kind of follow in their footsteps and kind of everything they did outside of football and the school building and the academic level too. And I just think we got to kind of follow what they left behind for us to do.
Yeah, like he said, obviously to teach younger people, just don't let them make the same mistakes that you have, especially for KP and Jackson teaching me on what to do for each and every rep. I'm able to learn from that and teach others to do better.
And then I just want to wrap up with this question for each of you guys can go for this question. Every athlete I ask, I want to get their thoughts on what their specific sport means to them. I know obviously you guys play different sports and everything, but football is the big thing for all four of you. So I just want to get your thoughts on what football means to you, like where you guys got the passion for football and why you continue to play or why you're continuing to go to the next level, So if each of you could give me, just what football means to you in a general sense for you guys.
The reason I kind of love football and what it brings like joy for me is the fact that like I enjoy watching other people succeed. And a lot of the times it's a big team aspect. And when people are able to do their job or do something they love on the field at their position and do it successfully, and to get to watch the enjoyment in their face and go celebrate with them, that's always very, very fun for me. And just the amount of community it brings in the sense that, these random kids, like there's a lot of times people would not talk to each other if they did not play football together. And I think that's really cool aspect of the game, is it brings those who wouldn't normally be around each other together.
Yeah, to kind of piggyback on what Jackson said, I played football since I was 4 years old. I mean, I love it's a team sport. You build a lot of great bonds during football. Like Jackson said, I mean, some people you wouldn't be friends with if they didn't play on the football team. I mean, that's kind of unique. You get to experience different people. Some people who haven't really played football like that, you get to see them just like grow. And the younger teammates like Aylin and Parker, you just get to like see them grow throughout the years of them playing football also. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's kind of what they said. It's just like a brotherhood that you build on a team, something unmatched, and something you won't ever forget, and something you'll tell your kids in the future someday. And it's special to be around them three, and it's been fun.
Yeah, it's been enjoyable. Being able to either win or loss, you get to experience each and every day and practice with them, getting to know each other more and more.
Thank you to the Four Horsemen, as now they'll be known as. Thank you guys for taking the time of your day to talk with me. Appreciate it.
So
Yes, sir.
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Is Coach Jackson still in the room there?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
I'll if I could ask him some question as well. Is this the best group you've coached, or like maybe not the best group, but certainly it's a handful of talented young players. Like, is this top of the top tier you've seen, or what's the?
Oh man, yeah. I mean, it's definitely the top. I mean, I've coached some pretty good groups over the years, and it's just different. They're different because they just happen to be four Power Five guys. In 2015, in 2015, I coached. We coached in the state championship game, and I had, one Power Five guy and three great high school receivers, and we went to the state championship. And so it's just different with this group, and I coached Marvin Mims. I coached, but it's just different because these guys, it just happens they get so much attention because they're four guys that are just Power Five guys, but I think what makes them special, just more than anything, is just like the unselfishness, and it really is. A lot of guys say that and do different stuff, but they really are a great group of human beings to be around. To be as high profile as they are. So
What I know, I asked them a little bit, like the leadership aspect. Kyle and Jackson, what have you seen? How have you seen them grow as leaders? Because you have some of these guys could be, they could be, for lack of a better term, they could be some of these guys. Not saying they are, but they could be, full of themselves sometimes, right?
Yeah.
But I'm not saying they are, but just Kyle and Jackson over this period, 4 year period, how have you seen them grow as leaders?
Oh man, astronomically. And I think the biggest thing to me is just, just the stuff that we continue to preach to these kids, Coach Ross, me as their position coach, and them just being around each other. The biggest thing to me, because obviously, I'm the head track coach here. All of these guys ran track. We spend so much time together. Parker and Jackson were on the state 4x4 team. They ran in the state championship, got third place. We were 0.01 seconds away from taking the 4x1 team. And that's Parker, Jackson, and KP. And so I just think sometimes like people just forget that like we spend not only football season, but track season, and it just like in cars, on buses, just I think that's such an instrumental in just how we grow and how they've grown to each other, that the trust, all those things played a big part of, especially KP and Jackson and their leadership to the young guys. So. Oh man, I enjoy it, man. I've been trying to figure out something for those guys. It's just like it's just only fitting for these guys to, have a nickname. But man, they're a great group, man, and they're just awesome to be around. And we got freaking Blake and Ethan. Just other guys that help contribute so much, man. And I know they get all the attention, but holy cow, man, this is the best group as a collection that I've ever just coached, and it's been fun. So
thank you for making this possible.
Oh, no problem, man. I appreciate any type of coverage for our guys, man. They love it, they deserve it, their hard work, and so anything, man, we can do.
All right, Coach, thank you again.
Have a good day.
Thanks for watching. Feel free to check out our other videos, and don't forget to smack that subscribe button down below while you're at it. Also, for more great and original content, head right over to bvmsports.com.